All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
Our double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim, bringing out His word in diligence and in truth. And we come through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai to just bring another edification live stream, to the Akim, man. And the subject of the matter is a dividing line, man. Because as you've seen, especially if you've been watching, and Esau is coming down with heavy persecution upon the men of the Lord, man. Which means what? And we have to even get stronger in the truth, because this is the last time that Satan and Esau are going to be able to deal with us or mess with us, man. So being that's the reasoning, and we just gotta stay more on fire, man. We gotta pray more, we gotta fast more, we gotta do everything that's beneficial into the spirit, so that we may endure in the last days.
You gotta build yourself in the spirit, because like the title of the lesson, dividing line is, with this persecution coming out, with this New Jersey shooting, it's going to be a lot of Israelites that's in the camp that's going to fall out, because they see what's going to be headed for the Israelites in the future. Because it ain't gonna get it ain't gonna get no better for you if you're in this truth, man. You know what I mean? People gonna try to save their life, like the scripture say, he that saves his life shall lose it. Yeah. So they're gonna try to save their life, save their jobs, save whatever they have, because they see the persecution coming. They see themselves being on CNN. They see their face plastered against across the local and national news. All right, and they're scared of the persecution. They're scared of the backlash. What does the scripture say? You should fear the Heavenly Father before you fear men.
Yeah. So somebody, Matthew 7:13. Just read down.
Is Matthew chapter 7.
Because the scripture is about to get, this life of being a man of the Lord. This is a hard life to live, man. Basically, you know the truth. The truth shall set you free, but you're hearing the so-called, matrix, as they can say, man. And the people that's living in the matrix, they hate the people that's living outside the matrix, man.
They looking at us like we bugged out.
Yeah, but we looking at them like they're bugged out. So it's a straight gate, as we about to read. It's a difficult walk in this life, man, being a man of the Lord, man. All right.
It's Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Yeah, straight gate. That's STRAIT. Means a difficult path, man.
Degree of difficulty.
Go ahead.
For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, which Christianity, you Israelite groups that teach false doctrines, that go after Christianity doctrine, Islam, a whole lot of religions that our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are caught up in. That's the wide gate, that's broad gate that leads to destruction. All right, go ahead.
And many there be which go in thereat.
Yeah, many Israelites is gonna follow that broad path, man. Go ahead.
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Few there be that find it, man. Yeah, the scripture says many called, few are chosen.
Right.
All right.
And that word chosen means in the Greek is electos.
Yep.
It means elect. That's talking about the elect. So the Most High is only looking for a few men, 144,000 out of the whole nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel is like the sand of the sea. So that's very few. All right. And this is really a sifting process through the spirit with this whole incident with this New Jersey shooting. All right. The Most High is going to really see who's really down for him, who's really down to stand for righteousness. You keep reading? I got to pre.
Keep on. This 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
There's a lot of false prophets out there, man, that lead our people astray, man. All they want is money. They sell out to Esau, and they just teach our people the false way, man. That's a part of that broad way, man, that leads to destruction. Them hirelings, that scattered sheep, Go ahead.
This is 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather?
True men of the Lord are gonna know these false prophets by their fruits, man. Go ahead.
Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
That's what the Lord wants, good fruit, man. All right, which is elect. All right, and He's gonna protect this good fruit. All right, when these calamities come, man. When Esau start basically, coming down on our people, man. Like really, really hard. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. He's gonna protect this good fruit, man. All right.
The elect is the first fruits.
Right.
Kind of the scripture says when the enemy shall come down like a flood,
Flood.
the Heavenly Father is going to raise up that standard.
Go ahead.
Is 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
And there's a whole lot of evil fruit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Every tree that bringeth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire.
Hey, that fire, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lord got many ways to kill off that bad fruit, man. Ways of martial law. They're about to come. We saw about to come with that martial law. Thermonuclear destruction. All right. Even our Lord Yahweh Shai, he's gonna hew down the good fruit. The bad fruit as well, man. There's many different ways the Lord's gonna hew down the bad fruit. All right.
Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
There you go. You're gonna have a lot of Israelites that sell out to Esau. They're gonna say, Lord, Lord. They know the names of the Most High and the Son.
Yeah.
They've been out prophesying. Teaching our people, but hey, man, once Esau come and you sell out to Esau and deny our Lord, man, you through, man.
Says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Yeah, you got to add the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
And doing the will of the Lord as an Israelite man is doing his work. All right, going out and prophesying. All right, what the scripture says, the righteous shall stand in great boldness. All right, that's doing the work of the Lord, doing the will of the Lord. Doing the will of the Lord is not standing behind a keyboard, saying you're an Israelite on social media. But when shit hit the fan, when times get rough, you take a run for the hills. All right, a man of the Lord is going to stand firm for what they believe, and for righteousness' sake.
Yeah, what's going to try the whole earth, man? The RFID chip, man. The mark of the beast, man. Sure. All right, that's going to try you, man. So let's see.
I got a free. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and 7. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
Yeah, you got demons, fucking with you.
All in the midst.
To pull you out the truth.
Yep. You got a demon, a fear demon. All right, that's on a lot of these Jake that may fall out because of fear what Esau could do to them. All right, or fear that their boss might see them on the news, or just fear of things in this world. You're not only supposed to fear the Heavenly Father. All right.
Fear demons.
Yep.
Demons hop on your woman.
Yep.
Demons at your job. Just demons just plaguing. Demons fucking with you while you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's demons trying to pull you out, man.
Yeah.
Trying to make you give up, man. That's why you got to stay, constantly praying and reading, watching videos.
Stand on the spirit.
Keep on doing the work, man.
Verse 8, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Can you get Jeremiah 3?
Jeremiah 3.
Yeah, Jeremiah 3 and 15.
I'll
We pass according to my knowledge with that scripture before it.
Yeah.
14.
This is Jeremiah 3 and 12. Go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh. and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy power, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree.
Yeah, that's a part of coming in this truth, man. You gotta repent. You gotta not acknowledge the sins of your forefathers and your sins, man.
Yeah.
You know, so you acknowledge that, and you try to, you repent. You do what the Lord says, man. Do His law, statutes, commandments, man.
It says, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity.
Yeah, keep on reading down 14.
Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy power, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. And ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city.
Yeah. The Israelites are married unto the Lord, man. The elect first, because the Lord is coming back for His bride, which is the elect. He's not coming back for all Israel, man. Go ahead.
One of a city.
One of a city. Go ahead.
And two of a family.
Two of a family.
And I'll bring you to Zion.
So the Lord ain't dealing with all Israel. He's dealing with one of a city, two of a family. So he's picking out His chosen, out of an abundance of Israelites. Man. That's a small number, man. And it's 144,000 and 1/3, man. 144,000 are the prophets. Out of all of Israel, Israel, the nation of Israel is the biggest nation on the planet.
It's as the sand of the sea.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Lord is picking a small number, man. So that proves that, man. So that's.
Can I bring up this brief? Go ahead.
Yeah.
This Second Esdras 9, and I'm gonna start here at 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
Mm-hmm.
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain.
That grape of the cluster is the elect, and that multitude that's going to perish is the 2/3 of Israel. That like the scripture said, they were born in vain. They were they're the extras in this movie. They're like the people that are just walking in the background. No one really cares about. The main characters are the elect and Esau. All right, they're the elect of Esau. Really, not the elect, the elites of the society. I'll say.
Yeah, because the elect of Israel, the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, are the elites. The righteous elites.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you have the wicked elites, which is Esau, man. The rich international elite bankers of the society. They're the wicked elites, man.
What they call them.
So the Lord has a protagonist. This is the Lord's movie.
Mm-hmm.
You have a protagonist and an antagonist, man. The protagonist is the Israelites, man. The elect of Israel, and the antagonist is the top elites of the Edomites, man.
And this movie is like, when you watch a movie and you think that the good guy is playing this role, the good guy all along, but at the end you find out that you thought was a good guy is really the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And that's what's taking place right now. They're demonizing us and saying all kind of matter of wickedness about us, of course, the men of the Lord. And I was thinking today, like, what hasn't been said about the Israelites in this country? You know what I mean? They call us black. They call us all kind of bywords. They've been talking shit about us ever since we've been in this wicked ass land. So what can they say about us that hasn't been said already? You see what I'm saying?
This is 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Yeah.
And that's going, like the brothers were saying, that's going into the elect, man. Because really, when you think about it, on this side, the 2/3, they were really born to just be fuel for the fire, man.
Yeah.
They're like chaff. They're just like the brother said, they're the extras, man. Because they're the undesirables. That's why they have to know it after death by pain, as the scripture speak, man. Because their sins are going to be their accusers in that day, and they're not covered by the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. So they got to go through this second death.
The scripture said, the Lord made us labor through perfection. Read that last part.
God, this is 22. Let the multitude perish, then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
That's right, man. The elect is perfect in the eyes of the Lord.
God.
You know, read that Hebrews.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 23. To the general assembly and church of the firstborn.
Church of the firstborn, man. The
God.
church needs to call out, man. The assembly of Israelites. You know, the church of the firstborn is the first fruits, man. That grape of the cluster, man. Go ahead.
Which are written in heaven.
Which are written in heaven, man. Go ahead.
And to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the judge of all.
Yep.
And to the spirits of just men made perfect.
Just man made perfect, man. That's the elect man. You know, we're perfect in the eyes of the Lord, man. And Lord willing, we're the men that you see, you know, teaching you right now, man.
And as the brother's saying, because in the eyes of the Lord, that's all that matters, you know, because Esau, he's knowing that Esau is opposite, or you know, he's the wicked, you know, of course he's gonna make us look like we're the worst on earth, man. You know, because that's his job. Only a demon would just point the finger when he's doing all the damage, man. Because that's what Esau does. You know, he's gonna say, "Oh, we're murderers." He's gonna say we're rapists. He's gonna say we're terrorists. We're extremists. Hey, but we're not the ones controlling these companies. You know, we're not out there pushing Monsanto. We're not the ones pushing fluoridated water. We're not the ones making GMOs. We're not the ones polluting the minds of the people. You know,
Slicing animals.
We just want righteousness established within the new kingdom, man.
And that righteousness cannot be established with Esau in the way.
Exactly.
Esau and Jacob cannot coexist with ruling together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one's gonna be at the top and one's gonna be at the bottom.
God.
And Esau at the top right now because the Most High put him there to show you how not to rule and show you, you know, his wickedness. All right. And you know, we know through the spirit that the times are changing. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that following. And we're in the midst of that transition right now. You still reading, bro?
Kind of.
You had something?
No, go ahead.
I had
Can you go to Revelation 12 and 10?
I had this in let me read this in 2nd Ezra 16. 2nd Ezra 16 and 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Can you
Go up, read up.
Actually, grab Revelation 12.
Revelation 12.
Then
Okay, come.
Is Revelation 12?
I got Revelation 12 and 10.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. That good.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice.
Now, this Revelation, this is prophetic, man.
Mm-hmm.
About we're prophets, man. We're saying before it happens, man, through the scriptures, man. Okay. Go ahead.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power.
Yep.
And the power of his Hamashiach.
Mm-hmm.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
Who's accusing us, man?
Right up.
Esau, man. Why is he accusing us for? You know, like brother said, we don't destroy the water, man. We don't destroy people's bodies with the food, with these drugs. You know, with the pollution in the air. So-called Negro, Latino, Native American don't do that. It's Esau, man.
Esau destroyed many cities and countries with their bombs.
Yeah.
You know, how many people has Esau murdered, man, with these wars? Just in this since the year 2000.
Yeah. They take over lands and take people's heritage and
they say that
rob the lands of natural resources to its bone dry. You know.
They said the whole existence of America, they haven't been at war with another country, I think, like 8 years. But the whole existence of America, minus those 8 years, they've had war or a conflict with other countries. That's the spirit of Esau. He rules with the sword, you know. But he's accusing us, like, you know, we got the sword, you know, like we're the one with mass shootings, you know, that's going around raping, robbing the nations in the world.
Hey, and you people are gonna believe it, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, because you know Esau has that media that's helping him push this narrative, man.
His media is part of his sword. That's, you know, when you got his, of course, the gun, all right, his military, their judicial system, and their media. That is all a part of Esau's sword.
Well, the sword and deception.
Yeah.
That's right there. That's one of his main weapons.
Was his first form of media back in the Renaissance, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, taking down the true icons of the men of the
Mhm.
Lord. You know, the kings.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, and they painted it to look like themselves. They painted it to look like white people. Man. You know, so that's an older form of their media.
Yep.
But now it's it's off the Urim and the Thummim, it's off the TV or the computer. You know, so Esau's deception, Esau's lies, man.
It's all witchcraft too. Pretty
That's
much.
it.
Now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power
Uh-huh.
and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down,
Yep.
which accused them before our power day and night.
Yeah, the Lord, Yahweh Shai is gonna come and take down the accuser, man. He's gonna take down Esau, man. You know, the Lord is, he's pinning these other countries against, America, Babylon, which is the hammer of the whole earth.
Yep.
You know, he's pinning these other countries against Babylon to, basically, essentially take it down in the end, man.
Mhm.
By thermonuclear destruction.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead. Then in this one, that the Lord gonna come back in his chariots, man. And deliver his elect. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb.
The blood of the Lamb, man. That's Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai blood is covering his elect, man. Like in the first Passover, you had the Israelites had to put the blood of the lamb on their doorposts, so the angel of death won't come and destroy their ass. So just think of it now as it's spiritual, man. So the Lord got his blood covering his elect, man. Go ahead.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony.
All right. And what's the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man? The spirit of prophecy.
That's right.
He's dealing with his prophets.
And they loved not their lives unto the death.
Hey man, the prophets don't love their lives, man. We love the Lord waking us up to this truth. But everything else, that's it's vain, man.
That means that it's going to be martyrs. It's going to be men that lives must be taken for this truth. That's going to have to die. We know that.
Hey, and that's nothing new under the sun, man.
Yeah.
And that's why the scriptures are written the way they're written, man. It says that which was written aforetime was written for our learning.
Yeah.
And because all throughout the scriptures you have testimonies and accounts of men that stood boldly and stiffly for the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man, and the heritage of our forefathers, man. Whether it be the Maccabees brothers, whether it be Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you look at the trial of Job, all these different men, they stood stiffly. They wholeheartedly believed in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. Hey, even if it meant that they had to die. Hey, because they understood that their spirits go back unto whom gave it, man.
That's right.
So in our lives on this side, that's not living, man. You gotta wake up every day, you gotta go to work. You breathing in poison, you eating poison, your woman's out of order. If you got children, they heads is messed up. Hey, the whole world is in wickedness, man. Hey, and Jake don't see it. Because we gonna get the most slack from our people, man. Hey, because they're comfortable in this place. They're cool with Esau just giving them a check every 2 weeks. They cool with McDonald's. They cool with they boss being a Edomite or a homosexual.
Yep.
And being above them, man. Our people don't have that ruler class mentality no more.
Rulership mentality.
Yeah, that rulership mentality. Hey, our Jake is just docile. That's why it speaks of in Genesis. It says Judah is a lion. Who gonna rouse him up, man? As an old lion. Hey, that's why the spirit of Yahweh Shai got us standing in great boldness in the face of Esau, man. Telling them that his kingdom is gonna go down right to his face. Hey, because this is before every major kingdom was taken down. Yahweh Shai, they had prophets, the men from their nation, go out there on the highways and edges and tell the people the dreadful events, the lamentation, mourning, and woe that was gonna come, man, that was gonna befall them. Hey, but you had Jake doing what? Hey, that's why Jeremiah said what he said, man. Pray not for these people, neither lift up a prayer, a cry for them, man. Hey, because Jake is just hard-headed. You know, so niggas are gonna taste of the second death, hey, because they hearken on to the words of the Heavenly Father, man. It's that simple. But through this process, you know, we gonna be persecuted as we getting into, man. You know, it's just, hey, we know, and we knew this before we got in, man. Hey, Sirach 2 tells you that, man. You know?
That's that, last verse, 12.
Yeah.
And we jump to the second verse.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Yep.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Yeah, destruction, man.
Yep.
Destruction unto the inhabitants of the earth. All right. Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Hey, Esau's the devil, man. All right. The false accuser, the deceiver. All right. Because he knows that but a short time, man.
Right.
Once he start pushing this chip, man, that's when he know his time is at an end, man. His kingdom is done. All right.
Hey, God, yeah, Esau, they starting to see the chariots, you know, they see the prophets out on the highways and byways, you know. So they at the same time they know the signs too, that their end is near.
The elite,
So they're trying to push this.
Esau scratching and clawing to preserve their kingdom as long as they can, and ultimately that chip is their, they feel is their ticket to their new world order. But that's more evidence that once that chip comes, that's the major that's the major prophecy. That's 1 and 1A being the World War III. So we know we come that much close to the kingdom. But we know Esau, the scripture said, you just read in Revelation 12 and 12, he's coming down with great wrath. And that great wrath is in the form of persecution and demonizing the prophets. All right. And eventually Esau is going to try to put their hands on us. They're going to come, like the scripture, the brother quoted, they're going to come in like a flood. All right, we know that, but this is prophesied. You don't think they didn't come down on the 12 apostles and Paul with great wrath? Like you said, the things of before time were for our knowledge, but there's no new thing under the sun. All the prophets, don't think that you think Jeremiah and Isaiah, Amos and Joel, think those guys that they just died alone with their family. No, they probably were killed, stoned, thrown off cliffs. The Apostle Paul was crucified upside down. Men were filleted and the prophets, the apostles, the 12, beheaded, thrust through with a spear. One of them, I think it was Matthias. He died on a X, like a cross, but it was like an X. The prophet's going to catch hell. All right, but there's going to be some that's going to catch hell, but they're going to make it through all the way through to the chariots.
Yeah, God, the scriptures say, "Not all of you shall taste of death," man.
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? You're gonna have men of the Lord that aren't touched, man.
Yep.
But they're going to endure unto the end until the chariots come, man.
Yep. You said that was it. No, just Revelation 12 and 12. All right, let me start in 2 Ezra 16 and I'll start at 70. For there shall be in every place. Well, actually, let me get this real quick in Acts 14 and 22. No, Acts 14 and 22. Yeah, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, much tribulation. Man. We're exhorting you right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to stay in the faith, man. You don't want to lose this, man. You don't want to lose this truth, man. All right, you want to keep it with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what if you die on this side, man? You still got that truth, man. You still been doing the work to the end, man. You're gonna have a legacy, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be written. You're gonna be written in the book of life.
Yeah. So those that the dead in Yahweh shall arise first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is
the Lord don't want you to give up, man. That's all. He wants you to fight for him, man. All right, and he's gonna fight for you, man. All right, you just gotta have that faith, man.
Let me read it after this because they go with that. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Now this is talking about martial laws established. You know, people losing their minds and rioting. You know, there's gonna be a time of famine. You know, just all hell breaking loose, man. You know, there's gonna be time of martial law, man. Go ahead.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Who's they, man?
That's part of their wrath spoken of in Revelations 12 and 12.
For Esau,
Yeah.
man. He's gonna use his soldiers, man, to go in on Israel, man. Because he's gonna lump all so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans together.
Yeah.
You know, he's not gonna care. Oh, this person is from IUIC. You know, he's a great millstone. He's cool.
Yeah.
You know, don't touch. Hey. He's gonna lump all Jake together.
You black conscious niggas too.
Yeah, right.
All Jake together.
All
so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. He coming for you, man.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Concentration camps. You know, you'll be putting Jake in concentration camps. You know, trying to make them, basically making them take the chip, so they can be monitored. Because they got the domestic terrorism idea out right now.
They're gonna bring the guillotine in the middle of that concentration camp for everyone to see, and you know they're gonna be cutting people's heads off. You know, and they're doing it in the middle to show, like they used to do it back in the day, where they used to bring someone to the city, the middle of the town, and execute them to put fear in everyone's heart. But the men of the Lord are not gonna have that fear. The men of the Lord know that, you know, hey, whether we gotta get our head cut off or the Most High lift up a standard in that time where the blade don't drop or whatever happens, we're prepared. All right, and we'll continue to prepare ourselves spiritually and mentally, because in that day we're not going to have the scriptures. All we're going to have is the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to dwell in us, to get us through these times, to get us through these mentally and physically.
I'm glad you said that. You said the scriptures. You know, the scriptures got to be written in us. Over there in China, you know, the Moabites, the Christians, the Christian Moabites over there, you know, they're being attacked, man. They're being persecuted over there because they believe in Christianity, man. You know, so same thing's gonna come over here, man. All right, if you believe in the scriptures, you know, Esau gonna ask you believe in the Bible.
Yeah,
he's gonna ask you straight like that. Man.
All right, let me read 71 again. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
All right.
Then
what they call raids. You know how you know how you see SWAT SWAT when they go in and raid an apartment or some shit. You know, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't gonna have no fucking code of justice.
No, they ain't gonna have no search warrant. Like, you know, let me see the search warrant. You know, no, they ain't knocking. No, and Esau,
they're not gonna care, Slacker. They're not gonna care if your little baby's crying, and they gonna basically shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know, because he's gonna be a madman, sparing none.
And they got these foreign soldiers over here that they don't give a shit about you being American or whether you a vet or none of that shit. You know, these foreign soldiers is their mind is they hate America, really.
If you all these SWAT teams, all these special operations, law enforcement agencies, most of them are made up of Edomites, and these are Edomites who've seen war, who've seen bloodshed. They've been out in the front lines, out in the Middle East or whatever. So they're used to killing. They're ex-Marines. You know, they love blood. You know, that's what they do. And how much more when they're told to be to go after so-called African Americans, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're not gonna spare nothing, man.
Your daughter in the house and shit. You know, they feel like they want to get their rocks off.
Yeah,
they take your daughter or your wife. You know, they just take them, man. They ain't gonna be sparing nobody, man. You
know. Verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
Yeah, that time's gonna be tried.
Mm-hmm.
We tried.
Everyone's going to be tried, but the elect are the ones that's going to make it out of that. The elect are the ones that are going to be made pure by that trying of that fire.
Can you get 2nd Ezra 2:26?
This is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble."
That day is great. It's not going to be. What was that, Daniel?
Mm-hmm.
It was that Daniel 12.
Yeah, right
It
there.
said, it said the time is coming that should be none like it. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like 2 or 4. No, not 4.
You can finish off there. I'll find it.
This is Jeremiah 30:7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And that's only talking about the elect, man. You know, because the 2/3 they gonna perish, man. And that's why I say it'd be more. If the elect shall scarcely be saved, what room is it for the ungodly or the sinner, man? You know, because hey, the elect are making it by the skin of their teeth, man, through the mercy of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Hey, but is for the rest of the house of Israel, man, they gotta go through that fire, man. Talking about that cleansing, that purifying fire, man. Talking about the thermonuclear destruction, man. You know.
You want me to get 2nd Ezra 2:36, right? Big Z?
Yeah, 2:27. But I want to get out this place.
Oh, 2:26.
Matthew 13. 13.
You said 26, bro?
I'm right there, bro.
2:26.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 2:26.
So let me grab this Matthew
Okay,
real quick. Matthew 13 and 39.
Oh, you said there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Daniel 12:1.
Yeah, but it's a precept in Matthew. I see as well. But yeah, bring out that Daniel.
That's Daniel 12:1. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there
Yeah,
shall
Michael is the head archangel of the Lord.
And like the title of this lesson, the dividing line. Michael's coming back he ain't coming back to stand up for no niggas, no 2/3. He's coming back to stand up for the elect. He's gonna divide that line, like, you know, he's gonna sift the elect amongst Israel. He ain't gonna be defending no 2/3 gangbanging drug dealing niggas, or he ain't gonna be up there defending the nigga woman. He's gonna be defending the elect, those that fear the Heavenly Father, those that have been diligent in this truth, in this doctrine.
I'll bring a quick brief. This is Ezekiel 9:4. "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof."
Yeah, the mark is the Hebrew word tawal, which means exempt from judgment.
Yep.
Correct.
And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark and begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Yeah, so the Lord's gonna send out death angels. You know, death angels. You know, and Esau. You know,
Yep.
just death angels, and you know, it could be a death angel inside a dog.
Yeah,
Rip you to pieces.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is sending out death angels, man. He's gonna tear up you Israelites, man. You know, that's haven't been exempt with that mark. All right.
This is back in Daniel 12. "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time."
Yep. This is gonna make 70 AD look like a walk in the park. The times we're coming into. This is gonna make the besieging of the temple by the Babylonians like it was nothing. You know, the times that we're coming into. Because like I said, anytime there's a transition of power and we're establishing the kingdom of heaven, damage got to be done. It's gonna be uprising. It's gonna be like the scripture said, like it's never a time where it never was a nation. Like the time that we're coming in has never been happened in the history of the world.
Yeah, you can see that like all the conflicts that have happened throughout the centuries put together, man.
Yeah.
Amplified.
You know, all at once.
Yeah, this is the part of the movie where the Most High is gonna do his great big finale, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you go see fireworks. You know, at the end of the fireworks show, you got that great finale.
Yeah.
You know, there's fireworks is coming. Bah, 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 bah. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
You know, there's tribulation, death.
Come.
You know, at every side. Man.
Yep.
Terrorism make them afraid on every
Yeah,
side.
come.
You know, it's gonna be just like that. Good on that.
And at that time, that people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Hey, reading in the book,
Reading in the
man.
book.
They're letting that.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life.
That's the ones you just said it. You just quoted the ones that died in house.
Yeah, come.
That's going to be raised up first.
And some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Yeah, rest of my niggas, man.
Yeah.
You false prophet. You false prophets that got the taste of the truth.
Yep.
Niggas that, you know,
Put the hand on the
came
plow.
into the truth
Turn
and,
it.
and turned your back on the Lord.
Yep.
You guys, man.
Mm-hmm. You false prophets that prophesy and do this work and for vainglory, for filthy lucre's sake. That's talking about you. You're going to be the least in the kingdom. Second Ezra 2:26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish,
Yep.
for I will require them from among thy number.
Mm-hmm.
Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful.
Yeah, you Israelites that haven't got the mark, man, haven't got the truth, man. That's not part of the elect, man. You know, you're gonna weep and be sorrowful.
They got the mark. They got the mark for death. The Most High has marked them. The angel has marked them for death, for destruction. You know, that's the mark they got. They're not going to have that mark of exemption because what the scripture says, show me thy faith by thy works. And where are the 2/3 niggas' works? They don't got no works. All right. They hear the word, but they don't hear the word. All right. You tell them to repent, you know, turn back to the Heavenly Father. Christianity is bullshit. Kemet is bullshit. You know, everything in this world is ever going to perish. But what do they continue to do? They dwell back into the world. They dwell deeper into the world. They call us bug outs. They demonize us right along with Esau. It's our own people that are going to be have their hand in it more than Esau and to try to bring us down.
Hey, Con, look at when Yahweh Shah was being crucified, man. It was Jake that said that, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they said, let his blood be upon us and our children, man. Mm-hmm. Because it's always niggas, man. The 2/3 are enemies on this side, man. Yeah. And the Lord notices that. And that's why they're gonna get what they're gonna get, man. Because really, they're not enemies of us, man. Because the Yahweh Shai, he said, they don't hate you, it's me that they hated, man. You know, they hated that they see a Yahweh Shai within us, man. You know, so that's where the hate stems from.
And you know, this is beautiful and it's true because it's no new thing under the sun. They'll try to save a nigga like a Drake or one of these rapper niggas. Like what's the nigga that they try to save? They wanted to release instead of Yahweh Shai, Barabbas. Like a nigga like that, a thief and a murderer. All right, a meat meal type nigga, and you know they'll cry out to Esau to save this guy, but persecute us and demonize us. All right, it's nothing new under the sun, and we know this is going to take place. We know this is going to happen. All right, but we're prepared for it. All right, the 2/3 ain't prepared for this. 2/3 is going to bug out. You know, and like the scripture says, the Most High is going to laugh at your calamity. We're going to laugh at your calamity. All right. Back in 2 Ezra 2 and I was on 27. I'll read 27 again. Be not weary, for when the days of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Yeah, the Lord he's gonna basically cover his elect. He's gonna divide that line. He's gonna mark a line in the sand, man.
That's right, bro.
Put you 2/3 niggas on that side so you can be destroyed, and set his elect on the other side, man, so they can be saved.
Yep.
All right, so they can be protected, man, by the angels, man.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Verse 28. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord.
Yeah, hey, 2/3 of heathens. Right?
Come.
2/3 of heathens. Other nations are heathens. All right. You're gonna envy us. You know. You're gonna envy the elect, but you ain't gonna be able to do nothing to us, man. You know.
Oh, 29.
Yep.
My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Yep. So the men of the Lord and their children, their families, they're not gonna see death, man.
Yep. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. Remember thy children that sleep, and I shall bring them out of the other side of the earth, and show mercy unto them, for I am merciful, saith the Lord Almighty.
There you go, man. So don't Esau coming down with this domestic terrorism, blaming the Israelites. Don't think about that too much, man. Because that's gonna come anyway.
Yeah.
Think about how you can keep on doing the work, and the Lord's gonna do His job, and He's gonna do what He says, man. Scripture say, Most High is a man that He can't lie. All right.
I got a scripture.
So He's not lying that He's gonna protect His elect.
That's right, bro.
And if so be it in His story and His will, all right, that you're gonna die for Him. He's gonna put a spirit on you to die for Him.
You're gonna, and that death is, it may be like Stephan's, where he died and fell asleep. Even though they stoned him, he probably didn't feel none of that pain. I gotta pre the back up.
Shadrach.
Yeah.
The vinegar. They ain't feel no fire, man. They ain't feel it.
But it consumed the guards.
Shit, we consumed them when they was even by the door.
Yeah.
Daniel in the line.
Yeah.
Think upon them stories of our forefathers, man.
Yep.
When you face with Esau's fiery darts, man. All right. Go ahead.
This is Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yeah. So when the Lord comes back, the beams of His elect, there's no thermonuclear destruction ain't gonna touch you. All right, you ain't gonna feel that heat, man. All right, so that's basically deliverance, man. All right, because you got the 6 trumpets, the 7 completion, man. The Lord's gonna deliver His elect, man.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
There you go.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth.
Yeah, because the Lord wants this. We got to live through this, man. We want this to come.
Yeah, we embrace this.
Kingdom, man. We want to see destroyed. We want to see people be destroyed, man.
Yep.
Because you go out, you tell our people this precious truth, and they mock at you. Man. So at the last, man, we're gonna have the last laugh.
That's right.
We're gonna be laughing at you, man. All right, because you niggas weren't paying attention, man. So you deserve what you get, man.
Yep.
All right.
23. For thou shalt be in the league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Yeah, the beast of the field is gonna be at peace with His elect, man. But you're gonna have a lot of animals, a lot of ferocious animals roaming the streets, man. Seeking food, man.
It's gonna be
a time of famine, man.
That's right. A lot of those beasts that Esau got in these laboratories,
right,
are gonna be let loose. Yeah. They're gonna be, because ain't nobody gonna be working there to feed them, and a lot of these animals in the zoos, the zookeepers aren't gonna be able to, it's gonna be lack of jobs, and it's gonna be just straight pandemonium out here, and these animals are going to get revenge. A lot of you Edomites, a lot of you Edomites that abuse these animals. My woman just sent me an article where over in Germany, they were like abusing monkeys and dogs and shit, like shocking them and stuff. Yo, Esau is a wicked ass demon, man. Wicked ass devil.
Yeah, one of them in European countries, Esau, like every year, they like kill a whole lot of whales, man.
Yeah,
Oil and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You know, stabbing up whales and shit.
Yeah.
What kind of madness is this, man? That's why you might gotta go down, man. You people are not human, man.
There it goes. It says a leaked video shows monkeys, dogs, and cats being tortured in German research laboratory.
Why?
Right.
For what?
Hey, and more importantly, man, hey, these animals gonna be able to do what they do, hey, because it's the Lord's vengeance, man.
Yeah.
Hey, like it says, I believe it's Wisdom of Solomon, 7. Is it 7? I believe it might be 7 or somewhere around there.
This thing is since you're talking about with wild beast, the wild teeth of beast.
Yeah.
That's in Sirach.
Oh, Sirach.
Is it 39? I think.
Those
39, 30.
Yeah. Yeah, 39. Yeah, I'll start at 28. Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
It's gone because Esau puts these movies out, like Splice. They put out the Jurassic World. They put out all these different movies that's showing him gene editing. You gotta remember that. They got this CRISPR program. Even though it's for people, man, they doing the same stuff to these animals, man. They showed you in Jurassic Park. They mixed the Tyrannosaurus Rex with the animal that camouflage. And basically they put all these different they put the strongest traits within this one animal, man, to make a super beast, man. Hey, but the spirit of the Lord is gonna be within these animals, man. All these different creatures. Hey, like it says, I'll keep reading. Select it, bro.
God. I'll start at the top. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Mm-hmm.
In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Yep, and that's the Most High, man. because he really, Esau thinks that he's creating these creatures, but it's really the Most High put it within Esau's mind to create them.
Kind of like he created, like Esau created these creatures, like Esau created the ICBMs.
Yeah.
Now knowing that's gonna take them out. That's gonna kill them.
Yeah.
29, fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
That's right.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Hey, Khan, you gotta also remember that it's gonna be apparitions, man. And it tells you that the plagues of Egypt are gonna be back on this place, man. And it says, and we're gonna plague Egypt as before. Hey, what is that talking about? That's talking about America, man. Hey, those plagues, it may not necessarily be 10, it may be more, maybe less.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but they're still gonna come to America, man. These apparitions, like it speaks of back in the times of Egypt, they heard the sound of falling water.
Yep.
They heard the sounds of serpents.
It was just hallucinating.
Kind, bro. The Most High sent demons to him, man, to visit him, man, in the flesh. The Most High made sure they seen the demons, and it said they were not accompanied or they weren't helped by the company of sleep, man.
It reminds me of the movie Ghostbusters.
Yeah, kind.
All those demons came out the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And just terrorizing people on the streets of New York, man.
That's right, bro.
That's where they get that from.
Kind.
The scriptures, man.
That's right.
I got free to go with that too. This is Sirach 40 and 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Yeah. Hey, Khan. So due to the fact that they were in wickedness, the Most High flooded this place.
That was the first death.
Yeah.
So how much more the second death?
Yeah.
Because all those things that I just named in the scriptures, like the wickedness is like through the roof. Like the scripture says in Revelation 18, the sins have reached up to the heavens. So man, it's gonna be it's gonna be worse than the flood.
Hey, Khan.
Worse.
Hey, because the Most High, he always works with balance,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that the depths of the floods was a great death. But he saved those 8 souls.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that this is the second death, he's about to kill off a bunch of people, man. He's about to kill off a bunch of people, but only save what? The remnant, man. That's just the duality of the Heavenly Father, man. For a great destruction. Hey, that's why it says that this Exodus is going to be greater than the Exodus previously, man. You know, due to the fact that the elect, you know, they're gonna have to live through this and gonna be brought out through the chariots of the Heavenly Father, man.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have something?
God, I had a brief. This is the book of Matthew, 25 verse. I'm gonna start here at 31. That's like it. Yeah, this is 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. Yep. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on the left.
Who are the sheep?
Right.
The sheep is the elect. Okay, and the goats are the 2/3.
Hey, Con, and I was talking to the brother Zayab, and he basically came down to you know, it was a spirit, but he said you know, Jake, in this world, you know, everybody that has a position, a type of social status, they always want to be a goat, you know. Yeah. They say, oh, I'm the goat, you know, the greatest of all time.
People have debates.
Yeah, kind of about who the goat is. But really, you know, they never bring up who really the greatest is, man. They're never throwing Yahweh Shai in the conversation as being the greatest for standing up for righteousness. But it's always some wicked shit, man. It gotta be a Jake hooping or playing a sport, a nigga rapping. You know, the greatest drug dealer. Jake is always on a wicked vibration when it comes to who they deem is the best, man.
But the sheep are humble.
Yeah.
The sheep show humility.
Yeah.
The sheep know they have to be led.
Hey,
the sheep know that, you know, we're dependent on Yahweh Shai. We know that we don't got it all. We know that you know, we fucked up in this world. We went off as a people, as a nation, and we need salvation. The sheep are like I said, are going to be humble and show that humility. You know, but niggas want to be goats.
Yeah,
you know,
and the sheep know their shepherd, man.
And you know, it's just pride. This is pride about people, man.
Yeah, crime.
Go ahead, bro.
33, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. And then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For as I was hungry, and ye gave me meat, I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, you know, showing the opposite, man. You know, the other side of the line, so to speak. It says, then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Hey, come, bro. Hey, basically, it's what, man? The thermonuclear fire, man. It's no in between, man. There's no gray areas with the Heavenly Father. It's right or wrong, man. You know, you see, either you're gonna stand up for righteousness or you're gonna die for wickedness.
Yep.
You know.
I have something, to really just go what you just said. This Revelation 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. I mean, like you said, no maybes, no in betweens. And this dividing line is a dividing line in the middle. So you can't be in between. You can't have 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in the truth. You can't have it your way. You got to either be all in for this for Yahweh Shai or not. Go in the world. You knew the truth once, and the Most High took the spirit away from you, and go be a 2/3 and get your judgment. All right. And this incident that happened with the New Jersey shooting is spewing. The Lord is spewing a lot of you niggas out of his mouth. You know, and you're ultimately going to get judged. Just don't think because you went back in the world, the Most High ain't forgot. The Most High ain't forgot who put their hand to the plow and turn back.
Many stripes.
Yep, many stripes. Because you knew better. You know, the 2/3 they hear the word, but they don't know. But you niggas that came in and tasted what is it saying? Hebrews. I can't think of it.
Taste of the gift.
Takes it as a gift. You're gonna get beat with many stripes.
It kind of like the script say, he has made the people eyes heavy and their ears fat,
Mhm.
man. You know, basically that they can't hear nor understand the words of the scriptures, man. So what? You gonna be thrown into the fire, man.
Isaiah 65:2. I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. You know, pretty much all our people's, their thoughts to 2/3, and they get their thoughts from Esau. Man.
Yeah.
Esau programs these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know what the 2/3 always say about the Bible or the Word or the Most High? Like, oh, well, what I think is, well, God thought this, or God wouldn't think. No, it ain't about what you think. It's what the Scripture says. It ain't about. And a lot of you niggas got to throw out your emotions, and they're too emotional. They get that emotional shit from Esau. All right, because Esau plays on that, man. Esau plays on the emotions of you jakes, man.
Verse 3. A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifices in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick. You got Christmas coming up. You're gonna have majority of our people sacrificing, under that Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Putting gifts and stuff. Now they don't know the truth that goes back to the first Babylon. Man.
Yeah.
Even if you tell them, you can read in Jeremiah 10 talking about you shouldn't have a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And teach them about the history. They still gonna do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because they're just caught up in their wickedness, man. It's just the Lord didn't put the spirit on them to repent.
They don't ultimately fear the Lord, because you tell them, the Lord hates Christmas. The Lord condemns Christmas. The Bible condemns Christmas.
Right.
Christmas goes back to the Babylonians.
Right.
The tree represents Nimrod. You give them the whole rundown, and they be like, okay.
But it'll go through one ear and come out.
Yeah. But see, because like it says in Habakkuk, the law is slack because ain't no judgment going out.
Right.
If it was judgment going out, like, oh shit, the Most High judged that fool, and they knew it was the Most High that judged them for celebrating Christmas, they'd throw that Christmas tree out their damn window. But like I said, ain't no judgment going forth. Yeah, kind of.
Which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels.
There's gonna be a lot of swine eating on this wicked ass holiday too.
Gumbo,
yeah.
With the crab and shrimp in it and shit. Yep. Would say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. That's some church niggas. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day.
Meaning what, man? Y'all pissed the Lord off, man. Y'all piss him off, man. So what is he gonna do? Because y'all thinking y'all doing that. Hey, then he got something crazy for you, man.
Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense into their bosom your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together. Yeah, so the Lord got a hatred for you niggas, you niggas fathers too, man. Because you come back in the reincarnation. So niggas all the way from, this is Babylon, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is Isaiah, Babylon, man. You niggas is doing this, man. Same shit you doing now, man. All right, so that Lord got that pent up anger from thousands of years ago. He's gonna unleash it at this time, man. That's why scriptures say we read in Daniel 12, man. Because the Lord he's gonna release all his anger, man. Revelation 1:7.
Yeah.
All right. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Lord, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. Thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one said, Destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. Okay? All Israel ain't gonna be destroyed because he has that elect. And I will bring forth and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah an inheritance of my mountains. All right, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I had something too.
Wait.
Is Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes.
And he's speaking through his prophets right now. He's speaking through the men of the Lord, the men you see, the men you scoff at, the men you see on these street corners, the men you see putting up these lessons on YouTube. All right, he's speaking through us right now. All right, we're the mouthpiece of the Lord right now. We're the prophets from old and back in our life in these times. You are right.
When I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. All right, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Yeah, there's precept to 2 Ezra 2 and 26.
God. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
That shame is going to go. That shame is going to go all the way until you enter in the kingdom, because you 2/3 are going to be shamed in the kingdom, because you're going to come back, and everyone's going to know that you were 2/3. You know that you persecuted the men of the Lord, that you scoffed at Yahweh Shah. You know,
and also when these hard times start hitting, you know, these people, they're gonna start seeing certain men that are not plagued.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
While everybody else is dying of hunger. You know, dying from the sword.
Yep.
There's gonna be the men of the Lord. Some of the men of the Lord, they're not gonna be catching hell, man. They're gonna be rejoicing. So they're not that time. They're gonna know, like, oh shit, like, man, they were right.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't crazy.
Yeah.
You know. But ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
So during that time, it's gonna be tough times. But hey, the Lord said His elect is gonna sing, man, for joy of heart.
You're gonna know the house with the men of the Lord, because they're gonna be having like a damn house party while you over there at your house thinking like, how the fuck you gonna feed your family?
So this is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, taking care of his men, raising up his men in that time.
I got one more reading. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen.
They will curse you niggas, man. No?
Jeremiah said,
we ain't gonna come nigh to you niggas, man. No, you see you niggas starving on the fucking corner, man. That's what you get, man.
See in the kingdom.
Yeah. Right, that's what the scriptures say, that we're gonna be mocking them, you know.
Yeah. Well, laugh at their calamity.
Going to abhor you niggas.
Yep. Okay. For the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. All right. So that was what I had.
Is Psalm 91, like you're saying. Psalm 91 at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's their protection. That's the Most High you know, in that day of tribulation, of protecting his elect. Okay, abide under that shadow of the Most High, that covering. Okay.
Trying to continue. 2. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noise of pestilence. He shall cover thee with thy feathers, like He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. I'm gonna go down. This is 9. This is not. It's like I gotta keep reading. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Like the brother was reading, there's going to be people out there, you know, dying, and to 1,000 and 10,000, 1,000 was 1,000 right hand and 10,000 on the left hand.
That also speaks of when the missiles hit.
Yeah.
Think about it, bro. Like that's instant. You know, thousands of people just evaporated.
I'm gonna grab that brief for
Yeah, and them laser beams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from the chariots.
The chariots. I got a quick brief for what the brother just said. This is Isaiah 26 and 20, and it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee.
Yeah.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed."
Yeah.
What is that talking about? That indignation, indignation is a righteous anger or hatred. And that's talking about the missiles. The leg being beamed up into the chariots, man. Having that safe place away from that danger. It says, "Behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain." And meaning what? The Lord is letting go, man. He's going to let loose that thermonuclear fire. And as the brother said, that heat from the angels' chariots, man, the host of heaven. Hey, but so you, without that covering, without that the walk, you have no exemption, man. You're going to have to taste.
Yep.
And because you people are going to persecute the men of the Lord, and that's only gonna make your death harder, man. Because the scriptures say that you're not supposed to offend the little ones, man. And with us being the little ones, the specials, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Hey, the Most High has a special death for you, man. It says it's like I can't think of the pre, but it says touch not mine anointed.
And do my
prophets no harm.
Yeah.
Right, kind.
Psalms,
Exactly,
I think 107, something like that.
Yeah, man. Hey, and then you can go to the book of Matthew 12 and 36. It says, "For every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account to in the day of judgment or the day of wrath," man.
Psalms 1.
Hey, and a lot of people are gonna be talking mess, man. The people that you thought were close to you. Hey, it says their enemies shall be they of their own household, man. When all persecution arise, hey, the friends you think you got, or the family, grandma that love you, hey, those people gonna turn on you, man. They gonna see your face within the media, and what? And Esau is gonna make it seem as if we really criminals, man.
And Esau gonna put that pressure on them, like, hey, well, if you don't turn this certain individual in, you're gonna go down to
they're gonna interview him.
You know?
I always knew that boy wasn't right. He was always being there reading that Bible. They're gonna say some shit like that, and you like, damn.
Esau gonna throw those words. Oh, you were harboring a terrorist.
Yeah.
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 Well, that puts fear in people, bro.
Harboring a fugitive from law. Yeah.
Ain't nobody trying to be labeled a terrorist in this place.
Because Esau, in America, and Esau's the biggest effing terrorist there is. But you hear terrorists, that's like saying bomb on a damn plane or something.
That word carries power, like weight.
Yeah, it does.
It carries weight.
Going back to Psalm 91. This is 8. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways.
Yeah, the angels is gonna protect the brothers too.
Yeah.
And the angels are gonna, fend off the demons, fend off Esau, fend off 2/3. All right. So the Lord willing, we are part of the elect. The elect don't got nothing to worry about in these last days. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them.
And that's what it's about, man. You know, because as long as you're chosen, because really the elect already have the victory through the Spirit, man. And Lord willing, we be those men. We just have to wait for it to physically manifest. So whatever, you can't really do nothing to the elect man, because from the foundations of the earth they were chosen. You know, the W was already written within them. Their names are already written within the book of life, man.
Right.
You know, they're not gonna crack. It's impossible. The scriptures say he has 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee unto Baal, man. Meaning what? You're not getting to him, Esau.
No.
You can't do nothing to the elect men, man. No. You know, the grape of the cluster is stuck within the Lord's hand, man.
You can't pluck them out the Most High's hand.
Exactly. You're not plucking them, man. And he say he have men that he have found no God within their mouth. Meaning what? They going to remain faithful unto the end. You know, Esau knows this is real, man. It's only Jake. You know, it's only Jake that question. You know, Esau knows that the elect are upon the earth, man. You know, but when it comes to the truth, Jake just shies away from it, man. You know, our people are, that shows you just the foolishness and how low and how beat down we've been as a people, man. You know, that's more on this. I'm jumping to 14. It says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
Right.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble, and I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. That's only to the elect men, man. You know?
Isaiah 32 and 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest.
That's right. The wind is the destruction.
And a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. You know? So that's talking about the man of the Lord, man. He's gonna be, you know, that refuge, man.
That's right. Yep.
You know, that refuge of safety, because the Lord's protecting him. You know, it's not just that man, the man that served up, you know, the Most High. The Most High is gonna protect him.
God, bro.
And you women are gonna draw to that man.
Yeah. Seven women. Isaiah 4. Isaiah. Yep.
You know? The women,
seven righteous women.
The man chooses.
Yeah.
Right?
You got it.
Did we read Psalms 91?
He is ready.
Yeah.
He is ready.
We didn't read Job 5 yet, right?
Yeah, I read it.
Oh,
I read it
sorry.
too. That's the spirit, bro.
Let me bring out Isaiah 4:1.
Come.
Isaiah 4:1.
I'll get it for you, bro.
And it reads,
Okay.
In that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right, saying, you know, the day that's coming, man. The day we're talking about.
All
right. The day of heavy tribulation that's coming. All right. You know, because we're in the middle of it. It's fucking global economic collapse. You know, this is the start of it. We're in the midst of it, man. I heard over 600 trucking companies have been filed for bankruptcy in the past year, man.
And that's a chain reaction, because who brings in the food? The trucks. So if trucks not coming in, or trucks aren't coming in every 2 days, they're coming in every week, it's going to be a shortage of food. Thus comes a famine.
And you women love to eat.
Yeah.
You know, your food gonna be very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And your jobs ain't paying you. They ain't gonna give you no raise.
Hell no. You lucky to have a job in that day.
So where's gonna leave you women? All right. And that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Could be 7 it's a complete number of women to that one man. All right. So how many women that one man can take care of, pretty much. All right. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You know, so during that time, man, these women ain't gonna be walking the streets alone. You know, they ain't be going to the club shaking their ass. You know, because all that shit gonna be shut down.
A woman in that day is gonna be trying to look down on makeup, no, weave and all that shit, because in that day, a woman that looks good or something, she's gonna be a target. She's gonna be a target out there on the street trying for not a man of the Lord, for a 2/3 nigga that's trying to gonna rape her, or that wants some box.
Yeah, Isaiah 32 said the Lord's gonna strip you and make you bare and put sackcloth upon you. So he's gonna be in a state of mourning.
Yep.
All right, and the Lord's gonna take away all that designer shit.
Yeah.
You know?
He said the vintage shall fail. Yep.
Go ahead.
Whatever.
Well, I had it right here. Well, I'll start from the verse 9. Isaiah 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Yep.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman.
Mm-hmm.
For the vintage shall fail.
Yeah, he's all giving these women these all these benefits, man.
It's really failing right now, because with Trump putting an end to the EBT, partial part of it, or those women that get those benefits, the vintage is failing. You're gonna have to get your ass up and get a job.
That child support.
Child support. Shit, you're gonna have to do something.
There ain't no jobs, right?
Exactly. Ain't no jobs being offered. You got companies that are filing for bankruptcy, companies that are downsizing to eventually close down. So it ain't no work in the city, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12. The grinding should cease.
The job at McDonald's, but hey, McDonald's they going artificial intelligence. They're gonna be robots.
Oh yeah. And McDonald's they do a long time ago. Like all they need is someone back there to say they don't want to flip the burgers no more. They got a damn machine that probably flip the burgers, and they just need a motherfucker back there to put it together, and someone else just to maintain the machines. Yeah, you still reading? That was it.
You niggas going to McDonald's and these other fast food restaurants be
Oh,
fighting
no,
like
they're still
goddamn wild animals.
Popeyes.
So what, you gonna fight a fucking robot? Niggas want to fight a robot inside of McDonald's. Like what's that gonna do? Might have a laser on it. Shoot your ass down.
They're gonna have a number to call if it's a malfunction. To put a claim in and shit, man. But they're gonna take your money, and you gotta wait 7 days to get your refund.
Yeah.
On $5.
Yeah.
And your ass gonna be waiting too, because you ain't got shit. And you ain't got shit that day. Niggas, man.
For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Yeah, so the Lord's gonna use Esau to take all your benefits away, man. You been living high on a hog, man, for years, man. So he's gonna take that away from you. He's gonna humble you, man. All right. He gotta humble you before you die.
Gotta humble the whole nation.
Yeah, there's a little bit more. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
Lord's gonna make you tremble, man. He's gonna make you fear. All right. But for all the stuff that's coming down the pipe, man, he's gonna make you fear, man. All right. You ain't gonna know what the hell is going on, man. You're just gonna be caught out there, man. You're probably gonna become a sex slave. All right, because human trafficking is gonna come back in a major way, man, when this calamity comes, man.
Hey, women they're gonna be used as trade.
Booty.
Hey, well, I got a pack of cigarettes. Here you go. Let me, you get that woman. They're gonna be traded for a pack of cigarettes.
Let me get that for a day.
Like a nigga at camp, a whoremonger nigga. Nigga was a pimp, man. Had a little chick stand over here.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Hey, they ain't gonna be taking you women as sex slaves, man.
Yeah.
And police ain't gonna do shit about it.
Hell no.
You can't call 911. Police come save.
That comfort is gonna be taken away.
Because you rather trust on Esau's system than Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So he gonna give you up unto the workings of Satan.
Yeah, that's right.
Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare.
That's right.
And gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Yeah, state of mourning, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. To see women, you know, go the height of the pinnacle of your pride, all the way down to humble, quiet.
Yeah,
Bro,
You know,
it's going to be satisfying to the men of the Lord, because when we see it come to pass, we're going to have the biggest smile on our face. That biggest, like your pop said, the biggest I told you so ever. It's like when you tell someone, like, hey, don't go over there, and they slip and fall, and, you know, because the floor is wet, don't go over
You
there.
get a satisfaction of
And
laughing,
when,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
shit,
When they slip and bust their ass, you be like, I told you, stupid ass. It's the same thing, but this is going to be some life and death shit. You know, it ain't going to be like slip and fall. It's going to be like, yo, you know, this is coming. You're going to die.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord is coming back. You know, but hey.
Last year,
to
you were just talking shit. Now this
Yeah.
Hey, and these women in Esau, they're hand in hand.
Oh yeah,
They at the peak of their pride and their wickedness.
They
You know, they're both enemies of the Israelite man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, so it's gonna be beautiful to see both of them go down.
Just waiting on that good old stock market crash.
Oh man.
You know, the computers spike themselves, man. So shit.
Yeah. And they're gonna Esau gonna blame it on some shit like, oh, it was a computer crash and we were hacked by the Russians and shit.
Chinese.
Yeah, hacked by the Chinese. Something. You know,
North Korea. You know, Esau always make up a boogeyman.
Like go back, the accuser.
Yep.
The accuser. He's always accusing somebody else but his own damn self. You got something right, bro?
Come on. Third. There's Ezekiel 33 and 33 says, and when this cometh to pass,
right,
lo, it will come.
Lord will come. All the prophecies we're getting from these scriptures, all right, all the tribulation that's coming is gonna come. Man. We're living it right now, man.
Yep.
It's just simple as people haven't woken up to it yet, you know. But you're gonna start to feel the pains in your belly, man. You know.
Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them.
And so they know the prophet has been among them.
Right.
All right. The prophet's gonna win, man. All right, through Yahweh Shem Shot.
Come on, bro.
All right. So anybody got something else?
I have one last script to close out.
All right.
This is Luke 12 and verse 51. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
And that's exactly what the Most High is doing, man. He's dividing the righteous from the wicked. He's dividing the vessels of honor from dishonor. He's dividing the wheat from the tares, the sheep from the goat, you know, and the elect from the world, man. You know, and that's just the reality of it, man. Hey, so you Israelite man, first and foremost, hey man, you better get your shit together, man. Because you don't got long, man. The doors of mercy, as in the days of Noah, man, the ark is closing, man. You know, you don't have time to lollygag and BS and procrastinate, man. Hey, the end is soon, man. The Most High is making a move on this place. He's allowing Esau to persecute more and more. Hey, the scriptures say he's coming in as a flood. It's only a matter of time before the famine of the word is here, man. You know, Amos 8 and 11 is real close, man. The elector being sealed, man. So it's either you with the Heavenly Father or you not. You on fire for the truth or you not, man. You hot in spirit or you cold, man. There's no in betweens, man. But we just know that hey, it's either salvation or damn or condemnation, man. Yep. That's it. You know. Hey, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying into the body. We want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakakwadash.
Double honors into the elders and apostles at GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Akim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Hey, keep fighting. We almost out of here. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
And Abba Ball.
Abba. God.
What's that?